Hey lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of July's Ipsy Boxycharm box. So I'm just going to be showing you guys what all I got, tell you guys prices and all that good stuff. So to no further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. So as usual, I did go ahead and try out the makeup products that are in this box before I film this. That way I can give you guys my first impressions of the products that are in here. So first product in here is from Denisa Myricks Beauty. I probably am saying that wrong, but this is their Evolution powder. This is their Prime Smoothing Setting Face Powder, and it's in the shade Pink, which I think is pretty interesting because I've never seen a pink setting powder before. So on the back it says that it's supposed to be microfine, lightweight, translucent powder. I don't really know how pink powder is going to be translucent, but that's what they say. Developed and tested with 8K TV and film and flash photography in mind. So I guess it's supposed to, like, you know how some white powders give you that flashback, so I'm assuming it's not supposed to do that. It says it's supposed to absorb oil, set makeup, and reduce shine. So I'm not sure how this would work for me because I'm a dry gal. I don't gotta worry about that oil, thankfully, but I am super dry. So this product retails for $25. So you can kind of see, that it's pink in there. So I did try this on my face today, and I didn't notice it giving a pink hue or anything to my face. It set my face pretty well. Setting powders are kind of like, I can just only give you my first impressions. I can't really give you like a real review because, I don't know, setting powders I feel like are kind of like an all-day wear test kind of thing. Not necessarily like, you know, I don't know. That's how I just kind of feel. So I don't know if I can give this a true review, but it did set my face, and I didn't notice it giving like a pink cast to my face, so that's good. So $25 for that, if I didn't say that already. The next up is, so these are their choice items for me. These are the products that they chose for me. So they chose the setting powder for me. And then next thing they chose for me is from Laura Geller. And it's this palette here. This is the Seasonless Staples. It's their Wildflower Wishes 14 Multi-Finish Shadows. So right off the bat, I will say the packaging is super cute. Like, the box packaging is what the palette packaging looks like, but so same thing on the palette. Like I said, which I like the packaging. And then here is the actual shades. I wouldn't say this is like a seasonless palette in my opinion. Like, to me, just looking at this just screams fall in my opinion. So these seem like very much fall colors to me. I did, of course, try this out. That is what I have on my eyes right now. Nothing wrong with the palette. You know, the shades were all pretty pigmented. They blended out really well. The shimmers worked really well. So nothing against the palette. Like, I think this is a fine palette. Just to be completely honest, I will say this palette is nothing new, nothing I haven't seen before. So I wouldn't say I'm like ecstatic to get this palette because I don't know. Don't get me wrong, I love my neutrals, and this is a very neutral palette, but it does have pops of green and some orange. But like I said, I just have a lot of palettes that look like this. So it's just a normal looking palette. Nothing I haven't seen before, but I do like the packaging, and it did work well, and I will use it. So there's that. So this retails for $45. Now, I wouldn't necessarily pay $45 for this. It's nothing bad, but I don't think it's anything great either. If that makes any sense. Like, it did the job and it worked, but it's not like worth the price tag in my opinion. But I'm just being real with you all. So from here on out are all my choice items. So with the regular box, they only pick 2 items for you, and then the rest you're able to customize. So next up, from Anastasia Beverly Hills, this is the satin lipstick in the shade Soft Brown. So like I said, this is an item that I chose. So it's just their typical packaging here. And then here is the shade. So it's a nice soft brown. It is what I have on my lips right now. And I will say, like, I like the color, and it's not too bad. Like, it's comfortable. But I will say, applying it, it was a little bit dry feeling. Like, it was kind of tugging on my lips. It wasn't, like, super, super creamy, and maybe that has to do with the satin it being a satin lipstick. I don't know, so not bad, but just like, I don't know, when I was applying it, I was like, it's not very creamy. But, you know, it looks fine. So maybe it's just like that first layer that you got to get through kind of thing. This retails for $23. Next up is a bronzer. Again, I chose this item. I don't know this brand. I think it's called JX. I'm not familiar with this brand at all. This is the first time I've seen them before. But anyways, this is a bronzer in the shade Luna Bright. And this retails for $25. So packaging is just like the box, but a bit shinier. And then here is what the actual bronzer looks like. I will say on camera it looks pretty light, but it's like a gradual, like this is a darker side and then gradual to light. In person, I mean, it is pretty light, but I'd say that's more the true coloring there that you see on camera now. The lights might be making it a bit blinded out, so I'd say that's kind of more the true coloring. It worked just fine wearing it. I will say it is on the lighter side, like even the darker side I was kind of dipping into, and it still kind of remained light. So I am hoping that they sent out different shades and not just this one, because this is not going to work for everyone, and that would really suck if you're someone with darker skin tone and you got this, because maybe you could use it like a blush, but not as a bronzer. Probably not. Anyways, so hope they have more of a shade range. It worked just fine for me. Definitely had to like mix the whole thing, just like dipping into the whole thing, because yeah, even that light side would probably be a bit too light for me. But anyways, did I say how much this retails for? $25. Like I said, I've never heard of the brand, so I don't really know. I don't know much about the brand. I've never heard of them before, so I'm curious to see if we get any more brands, if we get any more products from this brands in the boxes. So $25 for that. Then I got this blush. Now, when I first saw this blush, I thought this was from Ciate London, but it is not. It is, what is it called? Sente London. Like, does this not remind you of Ciate London? But anyways, this is the This Time Cheek Flush Blush. It's a cream. This retails for $27, so this is another brand that I have not heard of before. At least I don't think I have. So packaging is quite simple and honest. To be honest, quite cheap feeling for $27. You would think it would be a little bit nicer. It's not bad, but it's just, you know, it's kind of a hefty price tag in my opinion for blush. This shade is This Time. So like I said, it's a cream blush. I do have it on. I don't know why I keep saying that, you guys. I already told you guys in the beginning of the video that I was trying everything out, so pardon me. I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this. I like the shade. I mean, it does look pretty dark in pan. And this is what it built up to. I only went in like a couple of times because I didn't really want heavy blush. So I don't really know how much I could build this up. I'm assuming I could probably build it up a little bit, but I don't really know. But anyways, I'm hesitant to say that I really like this because I do feel like it might have made my foundation budge a little bit. But I did set my face beforehand, so maybe this is just not good on top of powder. I personally don't want to deal with a cream blush if I can't put it on top of my powders because, I don't know, I don't like the look of having to set down your blush or cream products like afterwards. I don't know, I always feel like it just kind of dulls the color down in my opinion, but maybe I should try it. Not mad about it, just not like super like impressed with it either. But it is like a cute color, you know, it's kind of more of a natural look in my opinion, which is not bad. But we'll see. I'll keep playing with it and I'll see if it did make, I don't know. I was putting it on and was like, did it take away a little bit of my foundation? Did it not? I don't know. Maybe it didn't. I don't know, it's a tough part whenever I do like a review on a bunch of products at once, because like they're all new products. Like I don't know if it was the powder. The foundation I know because it's one I've used all the time, but like I said, it with a different powder, so that can also do things. So I'll keep playing with it. I do like the color. Would have preferred a powder, but not bad. So next up is my Beauty Boost item. So this is what I chose, a brush set. And this brush set retails for $68. Okay, so this is the SL Miss Glam brand. Never heard. There's a lot of new brands in here. At least to me, new brands. I've never heard of this brand. And this is the Stay Sparkly black and silver brush set. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brushes in here. They are dirty looking because I did use them to apply makeup today, or at least some of them. Alright, so I will say they are pretty soft, and I really do like the handles. I think the handles are super cute. Let me give you guys a close-up of the handles. So I like the sparkly silver with like the black. Like, it's super, super cute. As far as like the actual brushes, so there is, let's see, there's a powder brush, a large powder brush, yeah. This one is a round blusher brush, which I did try to use to apply the blush. I don't think this is the right type of brush for that cream blush because I felt like it wasn't applying it very well, so I had to grab another one that was kind of more of like a bigger brush like this, but like flatter, and it worked a lot better with that. So I just, maybe this is better for powder powder blushes. So I'll try this brush again. This one is, I think, a small highlighter brush, which worked just fine. And then these other ones are just eyeshadow brushes. So this one is a Blend Beauty is what it's called brush. This one is a smudge brush. This one's just an eyeshadow brush. This one's called a Fluffy Blender, and then this one I think is just an angled eyeshadow brush. So they worked pretty well. I will say this one here didn't care for because it's described as a fluffy brush, and in my opinion that's just not very fluffy. My camera will focus. In my opinion, that's just not a very fluffy brush. I wouldn't use this one as like my overall blending brush. I prefer like a bigger, fluffier brush just to put down my initial shade, like the light shade or whatever, just to, I don't know. I prefer a bigger, fluffier brush. But they worked. I mean, let's say I didn't have any brushes and I got this in my box, you know, they would work. I don't personally think they are worth the $68 price tag that's on them. You know how I am. I'm not trying to be rude or bashing the brand or anything. I'm just being honest with you guys. It's just $68 for 8 brushes, is it? Yeah, 2, 4. Yeah, 8 brushes is a lot of money in my opinion. I'm sure you can find brushes on Amazon that are similar to this and just as good as quality for less the price. But I don't mind getting it in my box. So I'm not mad about getting them. Like I said, they are pretty cute. It's just, like I said, $68 is just a lot, in my opinion, for brushes. But maybe that's the normal price range. I don't know. I haven't bought brushes in a long time just because I get brushes a lot in my Boxycharm boxes, which I'm thankful for, but, you know. Alright, so that's everything in the box, and I'm just going to go ahead and tally up the price to let you guys know the overall value. And then after that, I'll do a final run through and let you guys know my final thoughts on everything. Alright, so the overall value on this box was $213, which is pretty good considering what I paid for the box. Alright, so final run through. I am really, really happy that I got all makeup products in this box. Even though I got brushes, I still consider that to be considered a makeup product because it does have to do with makeup products, you know, applying them. So right off the bat, that's like a big thumbs up from me. You know me, I prefer makeup over skincare. I don't mind getting a little bit of skincare here and there, but I wish almost all my boxes were all makeup and a little bit of skincare, like rarely here and there. That would be my preference, but I know that I don't always get that, so I got the pink powder, which I wasn't mad to get or anything. I like to use setting powders, but I don't use them all the time, so this is going to last me a really long time, and I already have other setting powders, so I'm like, I don't mind to try it out, but I could have done without at the same time, so not mad about that. The palette is nice, but unfortunately it's just shades that I have a bajillion times over in my collection already. But someone that is new to collecting, makeup, or maybe just new to makeup in general, I don't think this is a bad palette to get in the box. It's super easy to use. Like, the colors are not like super scary or anything, so if you're in that entry level, I think this is a great one. But having said that, I would not just go out and buy this on its own. If you get it in the box, great. Even if you get it like on sale somewhere, not a bad one to pick up, but also, I don't know. I'm not trying to encourage you to go out and buy it. That comes down to it. It's an okay palette. I don't think it's really any better than any drugstore palettes that I've tried out there, like specifically ColourPop. I think you could buy ColourPop palettes pretty similar to this and less money, just as good quality. But again, I'm not trying to bash on the brand. I'm just being upfront and honest with you guys. So I'm not mad about getting it in my box, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was one I'd pass down. I wouldn't be surprised if that would be a palette that I'd pass on someday, just because, like I said, I've got those colors and other palettes that I would probably reach for over that one. Alright, the bronzer, I'm not mad about getting. I like trying out new brands. Like I said, never heard of this brand, so I'm curious to keep playing with this and see how I like it down the line. So far, I like it, but we'll just see. The blush, I don't know. The blush is a pretty color, like I said, but I don't know. I'm kind of like in a weird place that sometimes I like cream blushes and other times I don't. I will say that I always prefer powder blushes over cream blushes, but it's nice to get this and try this out. But honestly, I could see myself passing this on because I do prefer my powder blushes over cream blushes, just because I don't like to deal with it kind of making my foundation slip or pulling my foundation off kind of thing, but I'll keep playing with it. And then the lipstick, I really like the color. I think the color is really pretty and perfect for like fall. I wouldn't say this is really a summer color. And like, I don't know. That's really all I have to say about it. Like I said, it wasn't like a super creamy lipstick. I prefer creamier ones just because I feel like they're more moisturizing on the lips. This one's not too bad, but at the same time, it also, like, let's be real, my lips are a little dry right now, so I feel like it does kind of accentuate, like, do you see those lines? Like, if I smile, the lines are gone, but if I relax, like, you can see all my lines, and I don't really like that, so maybe that's why I'm kind of like, makes my lips look a little crusty, but it doesn't feel crusty. Does that make sense? But maybe if I take care of my lips, this would look really good on them. Alright, and then the brushes. Not mad about them, but at the same time, definitely not anything special. They're soft, yes. They're pretty, yes. But this is the only issue I have with getting brush sets in my Boxycharm boxes, is they repeat the same brushes over and over again. I wish they would add different ones. Like, these brush sets always have a powder brush, a blush brush, and a highlighter brush, and then some eyeshadow brushes. Like, that's predominantly what comes in these brush sets, which is not a bad thing, but then, if you keep getting brush sets in Boxycharm boxes, you're getting the same ones over and over, and I'm like, like, how about a foundation brush or a bronzer brush or different eyeshadow brushes that are not like that, because I always feel like we get the blending brushes, we get the flat brush brushes, and that's about it. How about some like detail brushes, like those eyeliner brushes? I don't get very many of those, or those flat I don't know, eyeshadow brushes. But like I said, it's not a bad thing to get, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yeah, so final thoughts on everything. I'm pretty happy, even though I probably just complain a bunch. Please don't think I'm just complaining and not being appreciative of what I've gotten. But I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Bottom line is, I don't think any of this stuff is worth going out and just buying like straight out. But I'm not mad about getting them in my BoxyCharm box, if that makes sense. So overall, I'm pretty happy that everything was makeup and that I got things that I haven't gotten before, so it's new stuff to try. But yeah, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm pleased with what I got this time around. But there you go, guys. That is going to it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because that really does help my channel. And also let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of my box this month. Did you guys agree with me or disagree? Let me know down in the comments because I love chatting with you guys down there. But other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!